Hey everybody, it's Emily here, and I wanted to do a little video today, which I've been prompted, I guess, from what this week is starting to represent, which is the energetics of the 8-8 or the Lion's Gate. Briefly on that, the 8-8 is no longer specifically on this day. From a post that I saw recently on Facebook, it is actually now the 23rd of August, which is meant to be at 0 degrees of Virgo. We know that with the precession of the equinox, which it represents, I think it's 25,920 years. And we know for each different sign, it's 2,160, which equals that amount, which is just under 26,000. So for example, the Sphinx herself, she was facing the constellation of Aries. She's actually not facing the constellation now because of the precession, which is the Earth doing a slight wobble on its axis and moving around, which does shift where the constellations are to comparison of our Earth. And so this is actually creating a shift of the actual date of the 8-8. In saying that, you're still dealing with the energetics of this particular event at this time, because it was around this time in which it occurred. And what it represents is where we see the heliacal rising of Sirius, which means that we can actually start seeing Sirius as it rises. It's not under the horizon, it's rising above, and it goes into alignment with the sun and our Earth. Anything and everything to do with Egypt truly is all about birth, death, and rebirth. It is all about cycles. So coming back to, that was what really prompted me to do this little video. I wanted to actually do a reading from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. And I want to read from tablet 6, which is called the Key of Magic. So the reason for me wanting to do this is that at this present moment, for those who are watching this, for those in the know, you understand that right now we are truly in the grip of control, of illusion, creating fear, creating anger. We know that this is coming from a darker side. Understanding that when we look at the 7 Hermetic principles, we look at the law of duality. Duality, states that we have to have that aspect of the two opposing. So for example, the light and the dark, but we have to find the degree in which it will work and balance out for us in our day-to-day lives. Why it's so pertinent that you always hear people talk about you've got to do the inner work, you've got to do the inner work, is because we need to drown out all of that outside noise, okay? Yes, you have to have an understanding of what is going on, but the understanding then also is not to feed into the fear, the anger, and we're human, so we do that, and I can admit I'm one of those people. But it's understanding that I'm going within, I'm doing that inner work, and I want to allow my light to shine from the inside out. I want to be like the light bulb, that light switch where we can actually turn the dimmer up, and our light is just going to get brighter and brighter and brighter, that it's going to get so bright that it's actually going to rule out the darkness. And that, as we know, the law of mentalism is that we are all one, we are all connected, another one of the 7 Hermetic principles. And so when enough of us get to a point where we raise our consciousness equals awareness, we will assist in drowning out that darkness, so that we will shatter the illusion and we will just allow that light to shine in. So let me read this little excerpt and understand that darkness has prevailed throughout eons, throughout the lifetimes, even before that of, you know, Thoth the Atlantean, who ruled over Kem for so long. And that goes, man is in process of changing to forms that are not of this world. Grows he is time to the formless, a plane on the cycle above. Know ye, ye must become formless before ye are with the light. Break thou the veil of the darkness, lift thou the veil of the night. Know ye that ye shall achieve only by living in the light. Free, let thine soul soar ever upward, free from the bondage and fetters of night. And what we are reading here is, in this excerpt, it's speaking of breaking and shattering the illusion, that veil of darkness. It's freeing ourselves from the bondage of the material world and ascending into the higher states of light consciousness. It's understanding that we're here, our soul is housed within a meat body, so to speak. You know, it is this body that keeps us shackled to this particular, you know, environment that we're in. But when we start to understand how to work with energy, when we can start to understand how important, and it's part of the 7 lords, you know, that's spoken of in the Emerald Tablets, our chakras, our main chakras, when we know how to work them, activate them and balance them. And, you know, we can learn to escape our bodies, we can astral travel, we can leave that 3-dimensional reality, and we can honestly go off and we can, you know, we can be free, we are sovereign, and we can create the world that we choose to live in, not in this dense world, but we can lighten our life and lighten our world. And that is what's so pertinent now. And I just feel it's really, really important to just come out and say something, because it is really, sometimes it can be hard to see through what's going on, but just concentrate on what it is that you need to do to create your healing, to, you know, to be able to remove your shackles. Understand you are that being of light, and you are here to raise your frequency and to break through from any patterns that are holding us back, mind, body, and spirit. So protect yourself. It would be a really good time right now to be working with crystals that you feel anchored or energetically bonded with at this point, especially the darker crystals like jet, which is a really insulative kind of crystal, tourmaline for negative energy. The same with smoky quartz can help you on that. Even working with pyrite, you know, we're dealing with electromagnetic fields that are coming to us left, right, and center as well. Ground yourself, take your shoes off, go and stand on the grass, go for a swim. Water is such a pertinent medium for us to always be working with, because we are over 60% water, and it's that water that also stores memory as well. So have a beautiful week wherever you are. Create a beautiful protection wherever you are. Go and get as much sunlight as you can wherever you are, and understand that we are the children of the light. We are the children of the sun. And I send you so much love.